Here's my note cards. Here I am. Here's my audience. Well, imagine leaving your country because of financial issues, political instability, threats to your life, a better future for yourself and the ones behind you, to then uh, travel thousands of miles and then find a border with many issues, many complications that can even treat your life. Well, today I'm gonna introduce you to a humanitarian crisis at the US and Mexico border. I selected this topic because as a son of immigrants, this policies has already affected myself and my family, and to be more informative and have a better information about, I researched to peer review articles, magazines, books, and some other sources. Well, the humanitarian crisis at the US and Mexico border can be minimized through a balanced approach, a better enforcement of the laws, and a broader opportunities for mm, a more pathways to obtain or to not obtain a visa or a permit to stay here in the United States. Using a problem solution pattern, I will explain you the next topic. The crisis. What occasioned this humanitarian crisis? Well, there's many issues that have led to this crisis. But one of the main ones are being like overcrowded people at the border, deaths, many missing people. According to Gabriela Soro in her book Border After Lives, she highlights that in the last 2 or 3 years had been increased the number of deaths in the border as well as missing people. Even I believe I believe this book came out just in this year, so this is one of the most recent data that we got. Also, Massey describes this no longer as a emergency immigration, but as a humanitarian issue. Then, what also occasions this crisis? The roots. If you have been to the close to the border or Texas, Arizona, you know that there's a desert. And this desert has been the cause of many of the deaths as well. The cartel back in Mexico had treated many lives to the immigrants coming from South and Central America. Causes. What causes what are the causes that keep feeding this humanitarian crisis? Well, one of the causes is the limited legal pathways. There is not enough pathways to get a permit or to be able to live and come here. There's no clear options. There is many. Majority of the people have long delays. They have to wait for an answer, even if it is a no. They have to wait between 6 to a year, even 2 or 3 years, and this use occasion propose that people get in a same place, and it's just a crisis. Another thing, the information barriers. There is shortages of information. A study by the Information Societal found that there's many information shortages. There's not enough resources for the uh, migrants coming from another parts of the continent. They don't have enough resources to see if they have an opportunity to come or not, which this leads to just people coming in. They hope to get an opportunity and stay here, but it's not just by coming they just gonna be able to stay here. No, there has to be a clear path. There really isn't. Humane enforcement, as you probably have seen, ICE has been probably surpassing the laws, and that's not a clear enforcement path. What can we do to better or perform better in this with this humanitarian crisis? Well, some of this is increase the legal pathways. We can the government of the USA can allow for more war visas, which is actually one of the main issues and things that people came in for. They just want to war and that's it. They don't want to do harm. Majority of people, I'm not saying everybody, but the majority of people just came here to work and go back to their countries. A more concise and fast processing method system for this type of immigration laws and humane enforcement again. The US should implement balance of reforms. As we have acknowledged this complex issue at the border between US and Mexico, we have reviewed what it causes to this crisis humanitarian to be in. We have reviewed some of the factors that keep fitting in, and some also we have listened to some of the solutions that can improve this humanitarian crisis, hoping to promote this humanitarian crisis and no longer be a humanitarian crisis anymore. Going back in time, as I say, as first explained the crisis, some of the causes, which basically were people coming in and the crowd, some missing people or the shortages of information and the solutions, which I already said. This immigration crisis can be reduced through a balanced approach that combines humane treatment, a more an open, broader opportunities in the enforcement, and a better act by the immigration entities. This is an humanitarian crisis. However, we can work towards the United States has the opportunity to encompass a more humane, but at the same time right and correct form to work towards this issue. Not everybody has to be here, but they can be more human to the persons coming through the border. It can be a better treatment to them without have to give them everything, but it also has to be something faithful, and hopefully it can go better for everybody. And this not only will benefit to the immigrants, but it will also benefit to the border communities, immigration entities, and the entire country as a whole. For your attention, thank you.